Seen traders worship profit like a golden calf. Losing sales, chasing candles, moving way too fast. The wisdom worth more than silver and the gold. The disciplined mind worth more than what's inside your palm. Following up a lot harder when I say I had the right resistance. Market levels and the chains that kept us acting my decisions. Now they set a cleaner, spirit moving sharper. Every setback became fuel for moving smarter. They panic with the crowd when the headlines hit. I move like no one built it while they left that hit. Scrapperating look foolish before the rain arrives. But survivors think different when they fighting to survive. Fast seasons feeling buried underneath the pressure. The seeds gotta die before they multiply forever. That's kingdom mathematics, that's the Lord. Soul reaper, patient trader eat, non-emotional trader sleep. Yeah,
it's bigger than trading.
it's about mastering yourself.
Anybody can enter a trade.
You can conquer emotion.
Escape Babylon.
Cycle,
Move with wisdom.
build with faith.
Smart action trading.
They told us chase fast money,
Bad money.
worship greed,
Love for trading.
panic with the crowd,
Modern Babylon.
build on fear.
Distraction and emotional slavery.
But discipline,
Patience.
wisdom,
Wisdom.
that's how you escape the system.
Smart action trading.
Yeah.
Jericho walls falling when my faith get louder. Used to trade emotional, now my spirit's stronger. Joshua rebuilding while they doubted every step. Now the pressure build diamonds every time I get tested. Escaping Babylon,
I can live shade of fear.
market full of idols.
I just walk with vision clear.
Planting seeds of silence.
While they chase attention.
Labor bring the harvest when you move with intention. Used to chase every candlelight to move with salvation. Lost inside the noise, trapped in desperation. Babylon system got the masses moving blind. Over leveraged souls getting swallowed by the grind. See the trust became mirrors showing pride and greed. Every red candle exposed what's inside of me. Had to crucify emotion, let discipline arise. Cause my vans trading kill quicker than the thief at night.
Jericho standing tall like impossible resistance. But faith make walls go after consistent persistence. Joshua marching even when it made no sense. The patience in the walking when you wait for confirmation. See the weak chase entrance, the wise wait calmly. Person either burst pipes or create king sharply. Now I move strategic like the shepherd with the stone. Gave me burst of giants every morning at the hope it don't fold. In the wilderness, the promise still ahead. Every loss ain't destruction. Sometimes God rebuild a traitor instead.
Jericho walls falling when my faith get loud. Used to trade emotional, now my spirit's stronger. Joshua rebuilding while they doubted every step. Now the pressure build diamonds every time I get them tested. Escaping Babylon,
I can live shade of fear.
market full of idols.
I just walk with vision clear.
Planting seeds of silence, trying to chase attention. Labor bring the harvest when you're moving intention.
I seen traders worship profit like a golden calf. Losing sales, chasing candles, moving way too fast. The wisdom worth more than silver and the gold. The disciplined mind worth more than what's inside your palm. Following up a lot harder when I say I had the right resistance. Market levels and the chains that kept us acting my decisions. Now they set a cleaner, spirit moving sharper. Every setback became fuel for moving smarter. They panic with the crowd when the headlines hit. I move like no one built it while they left that hit. Scrapperating look foolish before the rain arrives. But survivors think different when they fighting to survive. Fast seasons feeling buried underneath the pressure. The seeds gotta die before they multiply forever. That's kingdom mathematics, that's the Lord. Soul reaper, patient trader eat, non-emotional trader sleep. Yeah,
It's bigger than trading.
it's about mastering yourself.
Anybody can enter a trade.
You can conquer emotion.
Escape Babylon.
Cycle,
Move with wisdom.
build with faith.
Smart action trading.
They told us chase fast money,
Bad money.
worship greed,
Love for trading.
Panic with a crowd.
Out of Babylon.
You don't feel.
Distraction and emotional slavery.
But discipline,
Patience.
wisdom.
Wisdom.
That's how you escape the system.
Smart action trading.
Yeah. Jericho walls falling when my faith get louder. Used to trade emotional, now my spirit stronger. Joshua rebuilding while they doubted every step. Now the pressure build diamonds every time I get tested. Escaping Babylon.
I can live chain of fear.
Market full of idols.
I just walk with vision clear.
Planting seeds of silence.
While they chase attention.
Labor bring the harvest when you move with intention. Used to chase every candlelight to move with salvation. Lost inside the noise, trapped in desperation. Babylon system got the masses moving blind. Over leveraged souls getting swallowed by the grind. See the jars became mirrors showing pride and greed. Every red candle exposed what's inside of me. Had to crucify emotion, let discipline arise. Cause revenge trading killed quicker than the thief at night. Jericho standing tall like impossible resistance. But faith make walls go after consistent persistence. Joshua marching even when it made no sense. The patience in the walking when you wait for confirmation. See the weak chase entrance, the wise wait calmly. Person either burst pipes or create king sharply. Now I move strategic like the shepherd with the stone. Gave it burst of giants every morning at the open fold. In the wilderness, the promise still ahead. Every loss ain't destruction. Sometimes God rebuild a traitor instead.
Jericho walls falling when my faith get loud. Used to trade emotional, now my spirit stronger. Joshua rebuilding while they doubted every step. Now the pressure build diamonds every time I get them tested. Escaping Babylon, I can live chain to fear. Market full of idols, I just walk a vision king. Planting seeds of silence, while they chase attention. Labor bring the harvest when you move with intention.
I seen traders worship poverty like a golden calf. Losing sales, chasing candles, moving way too fast. The wisdom worth more than silver and the gold. The disciplined mind worth more than what's inside your palm. Following up a lot harder when I say I had to break resistance. Sparking levels in the chains that can't protect my decisions. Now they set a cleaner, spirit moving sharper. Every setback became fuel for moving smarter. They panic with the crowd when the headlines hit. I move like no one building while they left that hit. Scraperating look foolish before the rain arrived. But survivors think different when they fighting to survive. Fast seasons feeling buried underneath the pressure. The seeds gotta die before they multiply forever. That's kingdom mathematics, that's the Lord. So reap a patient trader eat, non-emotional trader sleep. Yeah,
It's bigger than trading.
it's about mastering yourself.
Anybody can enter a trade.
You can conquer emotion.
Escape Babylon.
Cycle,
Move with wisdom.
build with faith.
Smart action trading.
Yeah.
The information shared during this
Top of the morning, traders, and happy Monday, August 24th. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, a rested weekend, and is ready to kick off another opportunity-filled day. If you're a first-time viewer, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, help us get to 6K subs. We're looking to open up, gap down to open things up, guys, and we're looking to open up inside the jaws of Friday's gap up. So Friday's gap up, we're in the jaws of that gap. So gap within a gap within a gap. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we are looking to gap down to open things up and let the games begin. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. As you're coming, let's get the likes up. Smash the like button. Okay, that's the small toll fee to watch the stream. Smash that like button. We're looking to open up right at this level right here, and we are basically below that daily downside breaker, Friday's lows. Qs are below last week's lows. Strikers, small caps are coming to that zone, that key zone that we discussed, that thin key zone. All right, so if we do decide to fill that gap, guys, fill that gap from the Friday the 21st gap, BOG's all the way down here. Okay, so let that close out. We are officially open. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So poll question for today. is how many trades are you looking to take? How many trades are you looking to take? First things first for us, team, is what kind of interaction do we have, okay, with this zone here? That daily downside breaker, daily open. Okay. Is if it's going to be a magnet type of day, I want to see if it's a magnet type of day. We've seen lots of magnet days. Friday was a magnet day as well. All right, we want to see clear separation away from this territory pretty quickly. Amazon starting to push. Tesla falling off a cliff. Tesla 50% retrace the daily. So I did like Tesla coming into it, possibly in the first few minutes for potential push the upside. But again, I don't take those right off the open. Even though I like something, I wait for confirmation. I wait for the market to settle down. We're seeing Amazon push. We're seeing Google push. We're seeing the Qs falling off a cliff. We're seeing small caps falling off a cliff. And we're seeing the Dow push the upside. We're seeing the Dow push the upside. We are seeing the Dow push to the upside. We are directional here on SPY, but we just went bearish engulfing that early in this candle, so we still have about 30 minutes left, 27 minutes left before that candle concludes, that hourly candle concludes. Good morning, good morning. Down goes Palantir. Google continues to push. So all eyes on Bitcoin. Bitcoin above 80K, those names we discussed last week, okay, continue to run up. We have Walmart pushing, guys. I want to see Walmart hold about 105 before you do take Walmart to the upside. If we do sell off here on the indexes, just make sure Walmart's IV has returned to some level of normalcy. The way you can do that is by comparing the IV to the HV, okay? Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. So we're headed towards PML here. Qs are below PML. Qs are below PML. So I like how Qs and SPY are in tandem. We just want to see some weakness on the Dow here. Dow get back below that PMH. See if SPY can knock out that PML. Palantir falling off a cliff. Tesla falling off a cliff. We got Nvidia falling off a cliff. Nvidia's at PML. Tesla's way below PML. We have Meta testing PML. So the only thing going at the current moment, guys, is Walmart. So we did talk about Walmart this morning with our team. Okay, Walmart's on watch per usual. If you know, you know. So now the question is, can the Qs and small caps hold below pre-market low? And can the Dow give up pre-market high and now give SPY enough to potentially get below pre-market low? All right, but the pre-market low puts at pre-market low. You gotta really wait for confirmation of that territory. So we do have Shockwave 5 on the clock coming up here. If Tesla continues to dump, guys, if it holds below that 356.74, it does have room to 350. So I can take Tesla to the downside if need be, as it goes back and test some areas. All right, so, and these are expiring today. The 350s. Keep a close eye on the 350 puts. If Tesla can hold below that that daily 50% retrace and that 355. Okay, Shockwave 5 is here. 76763.18. That's very close to PML. Just be mindful of that. We want to see simultaneous breaks, at least with the Qs and SPY. We have room into that gap fill to the downside. Down. Look at Google, guys. Google is flying. Google is pushing to the upside. Google is pushing. Okay. Tesla fails to hold 355. Slide to the downside. Walmart continues to push. Microsoft continues to push. We are seeing SpaceX starting to push here. Tesla 137.35. We got software holding up. DRAM below 55. SMH below that PML. Okay, Tesla starting to slide here, team. Tesla starting to slide. Good morning, everyone on YouTube. Let's get to the YouTube chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so do we go back and test that daily downside breaker? Do we go back and test that daily downside breaker? How many trades do you plan to take today is the poll question. I'll be in the 1 to 3 camp. 1 to 3 camp. Amazon showing some strength. All right, very reluctant to short at PML unless we have synchronized buying. Good morning, Fishman. Good morning, George, and everyone. Good morning. God bless you and your family, health, economy, gratitude, and thanks to you, Brother George. As always, thank you, Fishman, for always speaking life into the chat every single morning. Verse of the day, Joshua 1:9. Wiz, good morning. Sid, good morning. Thank you for supporting the channel. Good morning, Sharky. Good morning, D-Tab. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, Vanews. Good morning, D-Tab, INTC, RDDT. Okay, Reddit and Intel. We'll take a look at those. Good morning, LSA Rocks. Marmot. Okay, Amazon's starting to push. Amazon continues to push here. Tesla via Shockwave 5 breaking down. See if it has some follow through behind it. Okay, 354.82. Okay, that's the trigger right there for the puts. Stop 356.91. Okay. Tesla starting to slide here. 355 retest. Look at small caps, guys. Small caps falling off a cliff. That separation has been created away from PML. Qs away from PML. Let's go to SPY. All right, SPY, very hard to short right at PML. All right, but unless they're synchronized selling, at least if the Dow can get back under PMH. Okay, trigger is 763.18. IWM has some room to continue to push. Tesla trying to catch a bid. 355 test possibly coming up. We have Microsoft pushing. We have Amazon pushing as well. If Amazon can cross above that 261.71 in the next 6 minutes or so, Shockwave 15 into 265 can come into play. Therefore, I will take a look at Amazon. Does have a little bit of a clear runway. You can go with the ones. If you go with the zeros, you can go with the 260s, 250s. I wouldn't suggest going any further than out the at the money. Microsoft also pushing. Nvidia falling off a cliff as well. Nvidia does have some room to drop to 210. Nvidia also the 210 puts. So no trade so far. Microsoft pushing as well. Microsoft pushing to the upside. So you notice how everything's kind of doing its own thing. We have some names pushing to the upside, some names breaking down. So basically nothing in between. It's either things are breaking up to the upside or breaking down. Okay, there's nothing in between. You can see the contrast between the Qs and the Dow here. All right, that's why I'm hesitant here to short at PML. Unless I get the go ahead. Can you turn up your mic? Volume should be good. How's the volume on how's the volume, guys? I think I'm on max here. on YouTube. How's it now? I'll try speaking into it a little more, get a little closer. I don't have the opening number. Problem with the trade station. Okay, I got it. Okay, appreciate for the gap update. Appreciate it, Elion. Nvidia sliding, Amazon pushing. Spy, spy, spy. Nothing so far, guys. Make sure I have the chat. Down goes Nvidia. Okay, see if the Q's gonna start to slide as well. We have Shockwave 15 coming up in 3 minutes. Okay, Shockwave 5 being dragged by the Q's. Q's are falling off a cliff. Now let's see if we can stay below here. No signal yet. Into that gap fill. Or even if we bounce off 260, 272, come back into this area and then fall back lower. We're coming into that 2-day range support. So if we continue to sell off, we need to slice and dice through it. Walmart. Walmart, okay. Contracts relatively back to some level of normalcy. Walmart 106s. These are Friday's contracts. The 4th, 28th. Looking at the Walmart calls, if the market does sell off. Okay. Down goes Nvidia. Nvidia taking a hit, guys. Nvidia Tesla taking a hit. Walmart pushing to the upside. We have, okay, see spiking at a retrace reject. Okay, come back and test at 763.18. Stop 763.59. If you took this already, manage accordingly. As the Q's falling off, as the Q's are falling off a cliff, guys, the Q's just complete nosedive. Nosedive, and look at the nosedive on the Q's. No respect for 705. Look at the Q's. Right? So unless we wick back, okay, we can get some buyers off these lows, but if we can't reclaim that PML, okay, that tells us the selling pressure is too much. Even if we can't reclaim 705, selling pressure is too much, and that's dragging SPY lower. So all we need now for this to really fall off a cliff and trigger that weekly downside breaker is a Dow to stay below PMH or reject off PMH. Okay, scale out and TP1 hit simultaneously, and now it's 15 time. Okay, Shockwave 15 time. Okay. Retrace reject of this level with price action. Shockwave 15 would require us to break these lows, okay, and get below that weekly downside breaker, and of course break away from this major 2-day support area. Qs continue to slide. Okay. Qs continue to slide. IWM 298s also do look appealing. They do have a little room into that daily downside breaker. See if they can get past that 298.42. Okay. Okay, we have Nvidia still pushing. See if Nvidia can hold below 209.69. We're starting to see buyers step back in here. SPY looking at the 762 for puts, so we get a retrace reject right there. Is the mic low? Is the mic still low? I turn up the mic all the way. It's all the way up. Let me know on YouTube, guys. Let me know if the audio is low, high. So it looks like some of you are having audio challenges. In the event that this does turn into some kind of reclaim of the zone, guys, if we don't fall back under this and it turns into reclaim, the gap from Friday has been closed, by the way. Amazon to the upside coming to play. Above 262.82. Okay, so Shockwave 5 gives you 1 TP. Look at that. Look how quickly it course corrects. Okay, we have small caps retesting that key zone. Small caps retesting that key zone. Okay, SPY's below VWAP, Q's below VWAP. The only thing above VWAP is the Dow. Matter of fact, the Dow is about a full point above VWAP, while the Q's are a full two points, almost 3 points below VWAP, 2.8, 2.7 points away from VWAP. Okay, so this determines a lot. If we get a retrace reject here, fall back under, or do we get a reclaim? Sound is good to me. Okay. Okay, the reason why I'm reluctant to short here, we talked about it this morning. Okay, I can short into it, but I won't short at it unless we have synchronized selling. Okay, this was a big thing for our team this morning. All right, we talked about this being support. All right, so, but if you want to go long here, if you don't see synchronized selling, so you flip that logic on its head, okay, then you're already long. And you can target here, you can target there, so on and so forth. I'm looking at the Amazon 262s. That comes into play if this is legit. Okay, see if SPY wants to reclaim that PML, or if it falls back under. Qs are starting to bounce, so it's really dragging us to the upside, guys. The fact that the Dow has tremendous strength. Walmart pulling back. If Amazon can knock out that level, guys, Amazon can knock out that level. I'll give you the exact level, 262.82. Okay, we're gonna need SPY to gravitate towards that downside breaker. All right, so the main thing on Amazon for the push to the upside, we don't want to see a double top take place. If this is a truly dead cat bounce, double top on Amazon, and we see the Qs fall back under. Speaking of the Qs falling back under, see if the Qs can fall back under 703.38. They do have a little room into lows a day. I want to see Tesla get below 352.51. If Qs start to fall, Tesla starts to fall. Fall back under that level. I like Tesla to the downside. Okay, below that's 352.51 into 351.60 with the Qs breaking those lows. Small cap breakdown also brewing, guys. Look at the 298 puts on small caps. They come into play. If you took this retrace reject, all right, manage accordingly. You can use 5 for 5. Use 763.59 can be your stop for the next 3 minutes. Okay, it's going to be predicated on if the Qs can start to lose some strength here. Because the Dow is pushing, guys. The Dow already broke out to the upside. So what's going to drag SPY? What's going to pull SPY back, or what's going to lift SPY up? Is the Dow going to continue to lift SPY up, or are the Qs going to drag it lower? Small caps coming here, guys. 298s. Keep a close eye. Okay, let's see if we get a break on small caps. Get a signal on small caps. They have room at that daily downside breaker. I want to hold below 298.42. And I also want to see Tesla start to push lower. We have Nvidia breaking down. We have Amazon trying to push. There goes small caps. Manage accordingly if you took that. So they don't have any intraday pivots, so you're just taking low into lower low. All right, so but you do have a key level right there, that 298.17. You want to get past that territory. Okay, Qs are starting to break here, headed towards lows a day. If you took small caps, manage accordingly. Qs are also starting to slide. If everything starts to slide, I have Tesla on watch for the puts. Okay, let's see if that slide continues. Okay, I'll take Tesla right there. I'm going to Tesla puts. Reclaim back the downside. See if everything can start to slide. A little bit of an early entry into lower day, but I'll take it. And now I just want to see the Qs continue to push lower. My stop on Tesla is conservative. Okay, so stay below 354.35. So no signal yet on Tesla. Little front run action on my end. So see if at least you can stay below 355. Okay, volume normal, good. Again, guys, let's get the likes up on YouTube. Make sure to like the video. Let's get the likes up. Make sure to like the video. So no push back above 355 and a close. And of course, I don't want to see a mass reversal across the board on the indexes. Okay. So shockwave, no signal on Tesla. Microsoft, keep a close eye on Microsoft. Keep a close eye on Microsoft. SPY starting to push. Okay, see SPY can get some kind of separation away from what, guys? Away from this PML. Away from this PML. SPY is testing VWAP. Tesla position update down about 19%, close to 20%. Okay. If SPY continues to push, guys, and Tesla closes above that 350, then I got to part ways with Tesla. I give it about a 25-30% buffer. I'll give it that much wiggle room. So out of all the indexes, the only thing that really broke down on via Shockwave 15 is small caps. Small caps for a quick drop into the daily downside breaker and immediate buy back up. Immediate buy back up. SPY testing VWAP. Okay, looking to get above that VWAP. It's currently testing it. See if we can get at least a 5-minute closure here. Okay, so you can see VWAP. VWAP's right here. SPY testing VWAP. About to get stopped out here on Tesla. If SPY gets above VWAP, I'll get stopped out on Tesla. Or close above VWAP. Okay, I'll close Tesla right there. So stopped out on Tesla. A little bit of an early entry. Could have waited for that 352.51 break. Stopped out on Tesla. About 32%, 33%. Okay, so first trade of the week, first trade of the day. Quick stop out here on Tesla. If this is legit push to the upside. All right, we have Microsoft possibly brewing. We have retrace reject on Nvidia, but if it's a legit push back up, Google and Microsoft to the upside. Again, intraday, higher time frames. They don't have the cleanest charts, but that's what we have. That's what we have to work with currently. Okay, that's what we have to work with currently. Okay. Anyone take that IWM breakdown? That IWM breakdown was nice. We do have Nvidia breaking down nicely as well. Immediate 35% losses. Just very tight window on IWM. I'll break that down. You can see. So basically just catching the crumbs on IW. On this IW drop, all right, your room is into this low right here. That daily downside breaker. Okay, from this morning, the separation point is here. So it's basically all the fuel from this rejection catching that small little piece into here. It's basically just picking up the crumbs. Google triple top breakout. If the indexes continue to push, this is a quick scalp. Triple top breakout I should say. Okay, triple top breakout. Back to SPY. It's going to be predicated on what SPY does here, what SPY does at VWAP here. Small caps, if they break back into lows a day, back to that daily downside breaker, small window to scalp. Okay, they're not giving us much. They are not giving us much, guys. Okay. So we're smack dab at VWAP. We are right at VWAP. So put in the chat, do we break VWAP the first 30 minutes of the day, guys? Shockwave 5 came into play. Shockwave 15 still within that range. Okay. Shockwave 5 gets you to TP1. If you're looking to play Shockwave 5, this breakdown is the way. If you're on Shockwave 15, nothing yet, nothing much yet. Small cap breakdown back into lows a day. That'd be great. Apple, sneaky break on Apple. Apple is starting to fuel up. Apple is starting to fuel up to the upside. Okay, we got a green light here. Green light on SPY. Google's starting to push. Microsoft's starting to push. Apple's starting to push. I have Amazon on watch as well. Amazon on watch as well. But we need SPY to continue to push here. Our first green light on SPY. So we have been green lit. Now let's see if Amazon can join the party to the upside. And that'll be my horse in the race to into 265 and get that push. Okay, see if Amazon continue to go. Oh, those contracts got deep in the money there now. Okay, we need SPY to hold above VWAP. I want to see a nice signal on Amazon come in. Hold above 262.82. Okay. We have Apple pushing as well. So you can treat those as scalps. SPY is starting to fade back lower. Small caps headed towards lows a day. If you're looking to short that, be mindful. You can target that at the targeted majority into that double bottom. Right, very tight window initially, so manage accordingly. If SPY does decide to break down here, team, okay, Tesla comes back into play. All right, look at that. We're getting some shenanigans here. Tesla comes back into play. We can get that push. My second attempt on Tesla after getting stopped out into lows a day. Okay, but it has to be legit. Q's breakdown brewing. So we're rejecting off the waves here. We're rejecting off the waves. You notice how slow the action is. Okay, there goes small caps once again. Okay, see if Tesla can knock out that 352.61. I'll be a little more patient on this entry. Okay, back to red light. Red light, red light, red light. And there goes NVIDIA, retrace, reject. There goes NVIDIA, retrace, reject. Look at the Qs, look at small caps. Small caps, nice break. Nice breakdown on small caps. Okay, you can take small caps into those lows. If you're looking to take the Qs, you have room into the lower day. So these are all scalps, guys. These are all scalps. Keep in mind, we have no major catalyst. Do we have Fed speaking at 10? I believe it's at 2. I believe it's at 2 p.m. Yeah, at 2 p.m. we have Treasury Secretary Bassett speaking at 2 p.m. So that doesn't impact us too much. Another leg down. What a day. SOX SMH hammer this morning, and TCMU NVIDIA. Yep, NVIDIA dropping nicely. NVIDIA dropping nicely. Apple is starting to wake up. Apple is trying to wake up here. Right, if we continue to trade at this pace, guys, it might be worth it to go a couple days out, one day out. So see if Apple can come back into play. Just come back in one more time. If we're going to dump, I like Apple to the upside. Come back to 312.34. I'm looking at Apple with a second idea. Okay, see if Apple can resurface above that level. Resurface. That 5-minute candle is still inside. We do have a topping wick on that 5:15:30. Okay, we got some wicks there, so I want to see if we can resurface and show some signs of life. Tesla fall below level. We can be there. Apple, a little spready this morning, so be mindful of the spread. If you're going to go with the bid, I understand, but nothing too major. Okay, Apple, I want Apple to hold right there. Okay, I'll take Apple right there for the second trade of the day. Okay, see if Apple can hold that. Risk is 311.76. Okay, trade number 2 coming in on Apple. If Apple can go downward compression break, that'd be great. A new 5-minute candle here. Apple's already down 11% as soon as I got in. But I like it here. I like Apple here. Okay, so see if you can hold. I know where my risk is. I get a close below 711.76. That coincides with a lot of key levels. That's a close below PMH. And I'll part ways. Okay. Could have waited for the resurface to close. Alright, but I'll shoot my shot there. Okay, so Apple currently an Apple calls. Targeting majority, possibly near these highs. If we have a chance to even take it all the way up there. We get a close below here, I'll get stopped out. Okay, I get stopped out there. Okay, SPY starting to slide, Q starting to slide. Sometimes Apple works against the indexes, sometimes it goes in tandem with the indexes. So Apple is truly unique, to say the least. All right, so I can't withstand a possible bounce, say a couple of wicks, but I can't withstand any closes. All right, I can't withstand any closes. Q is low a day. That 5-minute is still inside here on Apple. I have a new 5 here, new 10. See if Apple can resurface above 312.34. That'd be great. There goes Apple. Okay, there goes Apple. If you did take this, manage accordingly, guys. Up 11. Okay, that's coming into those highs. There we go, Apple. Up 12. Up 14. Okay, there's a good TP right there. Want to see if that 5-minute candle can hold. Okay, because you don't want this to go double top here. Okay. I want this 312.34 to hold. When it's all said and done in the next minute or so, I want that level to hold. And see if we go candle over candle 312.79. So it gave us that opportunity right into here for that TP. 14%. Okay. So if it goes double top, see if it goes double top and knocks it out. And that goes back to these lows. I didn't get a chance to take the TP there. So still in the position. If you were able to TP right there at 14, you did well. That's how quick things are moving, guys. That's how quick things are moving. Right at these highs. Nasty 5-minute candle here on Apple. Qs continue to push lower. Getting close to that stop on Apple. All right, so it gave us what we needed. I just didn't TP there on time with the majority. See if that can hold at least. We have the Q sliding, headed towards lows of day. SPY headed towards low of day. Be mindful of that double top on SPY. Apple closed below 311.76. I gotta get stopped out. See, you get one little bounce, one last minute bounce there. If that bounce gets faded, gets absorbed, then I'll get stopped out. And there are some major key levels there, so let's see if we can at least bounce there. There are no buyers there. That probably wants to go back to VWAP at 311.69. Okay, who's able to scalp Apple? Anyone scalp Apple quickly? 14%. If you did, good, good, good. See if these levels can fuel us back to the upside. Okay, so the idea basically hinges upon this level holding. That's what it's going to come down to. If you're on resurface camp, you want to see it get back above the 312.34. You can be there for the resurface. See how we can start to push here. Nvidia breaking down beautifully, guys. Nvidia, nice drop on Nvidia. Semis continue to get hit hard. Get one shot. Once SMAs gave up that 545, it continues to slide. So even if Apple gets back all the way up here, guys, it's not going to be up 14%. The reason why it appreciated so quickly is because this candle was so fast. Okay, that candle took place so fast. So let's see if we can get back in business and get back above 312.94. If we can, there is a shot at potentially getting this break. Okay. Google, keep a close eye on Google as well. New 5-minute, new 15-minute. So Apple must get above 312.34 on this current stretch. No close back below 312.01. Okay, so a lot of back and forth, team. A lot of back and forth. You got to be nimble with your TPs. Don't be wrong for long. Same principles, same framework that we've been applying continues to remain true in these conditions. All right. We do have some topping 5-minute wicks there. 3 of them. Okay, we got three towers. It's asking for a lot. Let's see if Apple can knock out that 312.79. If you're on the resurface camp, all right, if you can hold above 312.34, you like it, it's there. Define your risk first. You took the 15% on Apple. Beautiful job. Real quiet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All All right, so in this case, scalp 14%, you be on your way. Don't take profit. You're holding this thing, and you're waiting. All right, you see the opportunity cost. All right, so see if Apple can get that push into 312.79 and beyond. If you took the resurface, manage accordingly. Matter of fact, I want to see some weakness across the indexes here on those names. Okay, Apple back to break even. Okay. Okay, Apple. Let's go back to where we were. We need to break above that resistance. So TP there if you need to, guys. Okay. I'm gonna see how things are up there. And if I need to TP there, even if it's not for 14%, I will take a majority off. See if we can knock out 312.79. This is resistance, all right? Unless we get a resistance break. That is resistance, okay? Now I want to see us hold this level. I want to see us hold here. Okay, there goes Apple. Up 21. I'm going to take a majority off right there. Okay. Down to runners. See if we can go candle over candle. Take out that 312.98. Okay, this is resistance. I want this resistance to hold. This is being tested. As it's being tested, I want prices remain above 312.34. Okay. That's going to be my between 312.34 and 312.50. That's going to be my trailing stop territory. All right. There we go. Scale out. Apple up 28, 27. I want this to hold. My resurface camp. You did well. Matter of fact, the best way to approach this is double dip. If you're a double dipper, right, you did well. You take your 14, come back in, you take your 30, 40+%. Okay, see, I want us to hold above this level here as we pursue that 313.51, guys. We're 43 cents away. Put in the chat. Do we get there? Do we get to there? We're 49 cents away. 40 cents away. Up 32%. Up 32%, team. Okay, up 32%. Candle over candle. Candle over candle. Now, I want this to hold. Okay, so I can withstand a test. As long as we don't close below here, I'll keep the contract. Okay, if it comes back in and bounces, fine. If it comes back in and closes below it, I'll get stopped out on runners. Okay. That's how we do it, guys. That's how we do it. We're 38 cents away. Okay, the indicator gives you the idea, guys. The indicator gives it to you, brings it to the forefront. It's a matter of how much risk do you allocate. We must break above this 312.18 and beyond. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Knock that out. When it's all said and done, make sure you have something to show for it, team. Okay, I want no close below here. I can withstand a test on my runners, but I want no close below here. So I'll still walk away with anywhere between 10 to 15%. All right, so I'm still gonna walk away with winner. All right, but I'm just trying to see if I can get a push all the way into that 313.51 in the current moment. Okay. After majority being secured. All right, that's the objective. Knock out that 313.18. We're 39 cents away, 49 cents away from the TP. You can see the new feature, guys. They have the nice little countdown. How far we are. Hold here. All I ask it to do is hold here. There's nothing for me to do outside of let it stop, get close below here, or go there. So that's what those are the two outcomes I want to see transpire. And you don't take Apple. If you took Apple, dollar signs in the chat. There's 5 minutes inside. Let this 5 minute get decided. Let this 5 minute get decided. Are there buyers here? Would you be a buyer here? Okay. Are there any resistance turn support buyers, or is this just a nice little trap above those highs? We shall see. Okay. We shall see. Okay, I'll close it right there. Very close to break even. So we did see a nice little push. And stopped out right there about 5-6%. So it did give back a little bit with those runners, but I was open to seeing if there was a bigger move up there. All right, so Apple ended up working in our favor nicely, despite not taking the majority off there. Came very close again, stopped out. All right, and was able to secure those profits there. Okay, so it's still up for grabs, still up for test, still up for test. Maybe I could have waited a little longer until that candle closed. All right, but good. Who else? Okay, Google, nice push. If you caught Apple, guys, and that's the one trade you caught today. All right, I challenge you to be done for the day. Okay, dollar signs in the chat if you took Apple. So 2 trades today, guys. 2 trades. Apple and Tesla. If you are just joining us, we did take Tesla to the downside. I got stopped out. One thing is I didn't wait for a signal. Okay, kind of front ran it, didn't wait for a signal, and eventually got stopped out. All right. So what it does now, guys, with the shockwave stack, it's not going to show. It's not going to show your risk unless it breaks. Because what I'm finding is a lot of our shockwave traders, since the risk is already there, they get comfortable with front running. All right, so you're not gonna, unless it breaks and it goes red and you get the signal and everything checks out and the risk line gets drawn, okay, automatically there's nothing there. Right, so one additional layer to avoid that front running. All right, so in my case, I did fall victim to the front running here, but I did see that weakness on the Qs. I wanted to see if there's a little drop there on Tesla, and was wrong there. Let me show you on Apple. So what I mean by that is this. Okay, let me. I can show you better than I can tell you. So you notice how the levels are there? It doesn't show you anything else. So you don't know if it's conservative, if it's aggressive. You select it in settings, but to avoid traders front running, it does that. And once it breaks, it gives you where your desired risk is from settings, right there. So it appears once you select it. Okay, so it's pre-selected. So this forces you not to front run, because if you do decide to front run, you don't have a gauge of where the levels are. Okay, so very, very important. So the best approach here is scalp that for 14, let it break, okay, and take this for the upside. And this for the upside, we did see upwards of 30 plus percent. Okay, when at the peak of those runners. But if you got the entry here, okay, in this 3-minute stretch, you can easily get 50-60%. Okay. That's what's gonna come down to, guys. Can this resistance hold? We put the test. All right, back to SPY. See if we can find one more trade, guys. One more trade, and then we'll be done for the day. So I want to keep it between 1 to 3 on days like this. So Apple, good. Tesla. Tesla, if you can come back into play, I'll be there. Okay, Tesla, Nvidia. Come test that 210, reject off 210, fall back under. That would be fantastic. Okay, you can see bumper to bumper traffic. Green, red, green, red, green, red. Inside on the hourly. Indexes are atrocious. Okay, indexes are atrocious. What is QQQ doing? It's doing basically nothing. Just hanging out very close to lows. Sometimes what happens, guys, if you've been watching at the action for long enough, what you'll start to find out is, okay, like the index, SPY, Q, they hang out near the lows for a very long time. Right, near weekly lows, daily lows, they just chomp around there. All right, and all of a sudden, maybe you get some kind of news catalyst, you get something, you get some kind of shenanigans candle up. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's the danger of shorting very close to lows when price is just hanging out in that area. Right? Without confirming it with a breakdown. All right, so waves are still waving on Apple. So maybe a downward compression break. I'll be on the lookout for that. Okay. Google, Alphabet, Apple. If you can come back, Apple. I don't mind re-entertaining Apple for the resurface setup. Okay, so I don't mind. I don't mind. Don't mind if I do. Who's done for the day, guys? First shift is officially almost in the books. We got 2 minutes left. If you haven't already, let's get the likes up. We have 120 people joining us this morning. Let us know where you're joining from. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 100 likes. 100 likes is the goal every single day. All right. To give you some context, that's 1/5 or 1/6 of the amount of viewers we have every day. All right. So that's not a tall task at all. That's just asking 1 out of 6 people who stop by to smash a like button. If we can get to 6, if everyone tuning in can hit the like button, that'd be right. That'd be tremendous. All right, but bare minimum, let's get to 100, and you'll be incentivized as well. Okay, so first shift is in the books in about 45 seconds. Let us know you didn't first shift. Took 2 trades in first. Tesla, Apple. Nothing much on the indexes as expected. Okay, so we're prepared. We're prepared for this, guys. We're prepared for this every single day from pre-market prep. Tremendous job, Joe. The short out now is going to shoot up. Good. The goal is, guys, try to get it done within an hour, within first shift. If you are available during the first hour, your job is to get your work done in the first hour. Remember, guys, we don't get paid by time. We don't get paid by the hour. We get paid by efficiency, effectiveness, our ability to manage risk, make decisions, and the right decisions short period of time. I'm done for the day. I have other priorities today, brother. Absolutely. If you're done, guys, wrap it up. It's the first day of the week. I was gonna say the first week of the day. All right, so I'm still shaking off the rust from the weekend. I had a very restful weekend, but that's good. If you guys are done, be done. A lot of the catalysts are midweek. Don't be mindful of that. We know we're in a catalyst-driven market. We've been saying that from the beginning. All right, so we can't expect these massive breakouts, breakdowns, unless we get some kind of catalyst. A catalyst is basically just fuel. Okay, the market can only go so far because it doesn't have enough fuel in the tank to go any further. Okay, the catalyst basically just adds fuel to the fire. Apple, slow break. Google come back and retest 348.03. Microsoft is revving up. Amazon possibly revving up. If we do slide back lower, go test the 210 on Nvidia and fall back under 209.69. Like Nvidia to the downside. First, go visit 210, reject off 210, and then fall back under 208.69. That'd be great. Tesla started to climb back out of those lows. We're still currently in a bearish wave on the 5, all right? So despite what we're seeing, still bearish wave, a lot of bearish activity. So no flip yet. Okay, we're testing VWAP 703.36. We tested VWAP here, it failed. So now the cool feature with the VWAP, okay, instead of just being a line, it's going to be a corresponding color. Where below it'll be red, if it's being tested it'll be yellow, over above it'll turn green. Okay, so we'll give you more clarity from that standpoint. Apple continues to march forward. Apple continues to march forward. Who's still holding Apple? Poodle, you're an Apple. Our resident diamond hand. Amen. Nice. Beautiful job, Devil Dog. Good. So how we doing the first hour, guys? How we doing first hour? So green light. Green light on spot. 10 a.m. sideways. Good. No shorts buy. No, it wasn't shorts buy. Okay, Nvidia at 210. So I want Nvidia to smack off 210. If we can smack off 210 and fall back under shockwave level, I can be interested. Okay, now we're in the shockwave 60 territory. All you gotta do is go here, boom, shockwave 60. Everything adjusted for you. But I do gotta say, the shockwave 60s have been playing a little nicer. Now Microsoft coming in here because the breakouts and the breakdowns are delayed. They take place at a different time. A later date, I should say, later time. Can we hold above VWAP is a question. We're above VWAP currently. 763.38. This is our first time getting above VWAP for this long intraday. Can we hold above VWAP? And at least come and test this daily downside breaker. We also have that 50% retrace of the gap right there. Give a nice little zone. We also have this wick up there. See how naturally the zones just give you the level, the levels just give you the zones. So we did fill the gap, Friday's gap, and we're working our way back into the jaws of Friday's gap after filling it. Tesla looks like it wants to wake up. Google grinding higher. If you had to play Apple all the way through, okay, using the waves, I would say further dated. Okay, if you're just kind of just riding the wave, you're a wave rider. You just have you got a surfboard, you're just riding it. Okay. At least on the one, you can see the waves waving nicely. Right. what will give you a certain level of comfort is those 1 DTEs. $45 on Tesla, beautiful job. See if Tesla can hold above that 355.25. It's about $1.72 above VWAP now. Qs are above VWAP, barely 33 cents above it. Small caps testing VWAP. On the Dow, well above VWAP. Dow's VWAP, we're about 44 cents away from it. Okay, there goes SPY. Yeah, take profits. If you need to take profits, take profits. Have a trailing stop. Yeah, Palantir starting to wake up. Nice reclaim of view up as well. Palantir does have some room to go if we can break that 177.79. Has room to 180. We got Microsoft coming in. Fresh break on Microsoft. Let me get NVIDIA ready. So if this does turn into rejection, SPY gets smacked off that zone. Okay, NVIDIA got to go with those one DTEs, those contracts. They only have the 28th. 210s. 210 puts on NVIDIA. I'll take a look at those then. Okay, if SPY gets smacked off this level, we get the Qs to fall back under VWAP. NVIDIA falls back under its respective level. Okay, then I'll take NVIDIA to the downside. With a stop at conservative. NVIDIA does have a green light. 36% on Apple. Good, good, good. Beautiful job, guys. Good, good, good. Again, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Amazon also coming into play as well, guys. Amazon, fresh break on Amazon. We have a fresh break currently going down on Microsoft. Fresh break brewing on Amazon. So more than likely what's going to help Amazon get above that, not reject, is if SPY can get on the other side of that daily downside breaker, cross above this, then it might have some luck. Amazon's starting to fuel up. Fresh break on Amazon. In the case, so it's going to come down to playing the breakdown on NVIDIA if everything rejects, or if everything continues to push the upside, breakout on Amazon. Right, so you notice how we have two things. Two names we can use. And that's predicated on what SPY decides to do here. Amazon, if we can cross above those highs, it does have room to 265, so Amazon does look appealing. Just looking for entry confirmation here on Amazon. And this would be the fresh break here on Amazon. Compound break as well. Okay. Amazon is running a little ahead of wave one. $262.82. Amazon. Keep a close eye. Small caps rejected off VWAP. Tweezer top off VWAP. Okay, TT off VWAP. Tweezer top off VWAP. It's going to come down to NVIDIA and Amazon. Which one presents the opportunity? Now wait for confirmation. Do a better job to get a very good entry. Okay, we'll be patient on that entry. So what are we thinking here, team? Does SPY continue to push, go to high day, or does it start to slide back lower, reject off that resistance? Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. Keep in mind, Amazon has a lot of tops there. Has a double top it needs to get past. I like how SPY is starting to push. SPY gets above that level, that can help Amazon get there. If you took Microsoft on that break, good, good, good. SPY still inside. Don't be mindful of that. Amazon looking at the I'm looking at the 260, 250s on Amazon and Amazon. Okay, no need to get the bid or the mid. It's just a 1 cent spread, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So for Amazon to play out, we need possibly SPY to get above this and get to that daily open. Okay, if this turned into rejection, that sends us below VWAP, gets back into PML, then guess what comes into play? NVIDIA break back under that level. Okay. Currently we're using this channel. Are those the highs that we get out of this channel? We got a high, we got a high. We shall see. So we're rejecting off of this key zone. Okay. Does this send us all the way below VWAP back here? If it does, NVIDIA puts with a signal. If we continue to push the upside, Amazon breakout with a shockwave signal. Small caps pushing lower. NVIDIA might be a little bit ahead. So I want to get a nice clean resurface or break back lower. Okay, NVIDIA, keeping a close eye on NVIDIA puts. The 210 puts on NVIDIA. Okay, triggered. I want to see a hold of that level on NVIDIA. As SPY starts to slide, want to see SPY head towards VWAP. I want to see NVIDIA continue to slide here as well. I don't want to take it on the break. I want to wait for a little bit of a confirmation here. If it slides back lower, I'll be there for NVIDIA. Okay, because I want SPY to get below 763.40, that VWAP. If NVIDIA can slide back lower, I'll be there back below 209.69 for the puts. Okay. Waiting for some kind of signal here. And see if that sends SPY back towards VWAP and below it, and the Q's below VWAP as well, 705.46. We have small caps falling off a cliff here. Small caps fall back under 298.42, puts all the way into lower day possibly. Keep a close eye. Okay, so waiting for some confirmation here on NVIDIA. See if we get pushed lower. So at least NVIDIA get below 209.57. Break that 5-minute low. And SPY head towards VWAP. Okay, head towards VWAP, break back below it. That's going to be the safest entry. Right, head towards it at least. Okay, and NVIDIA give a signal. Okay, I want NVIDIA to close below that level. I'll take NVIDIA puts. See if SPY can start to fade. Okay, I'll take the puts right there at NVIDIA. Okay, we're back below that level. I want to see if NVIDIA can knock out that 209.60. See SPY can start to fade here. So I'm in the NVIDIA puts in pursuit of the break of that 5-minute. Okay. Now see if SPY can start to head towards VWAP. 763.40. stop on Nvidia is conservative. If you want something even tighter than that, you can use 210.31. Okay, and of course Nvidia needs to stay below 210. 210 is a major level. 210 is a major level there. Okay, so of course stay below 210. You can use that 210 as well. So third trade of the day, Nvidia puts. See, this 5-minute candle can continue to push lower. Okay, can we buy enough time within our risk? Okay, and see if we can front run SPY breaking this VWAP. And Q's headed towards 705.47. If we can, Nvidia will be good to go. If it just continues to push up, locks out these highs, possibly sit through a little more drawdown. Critical level here for Nvidia. So 210 is being put to the test. So put in the chat, do buyers find success at 210? Okay, we're below it currently. We're at 209.75. If you want to use a very conservative stop, you can use that 210. Okay. See, Nvidia starting to hammer here. I don't think I traded Nvidia last week. Starting to get a little nervous with Apple calls 48% all out. Beautiful job. Devil Dog 48%. Tremendous. So for Nvidia to work, and SPY needs to break back below VWAP. And what I don't want to see SPY break out of this area. What I do want to see SPY get into 763.40 at least. Okay. And Nvidia stay below 210. So no close above 210. And we are seeing some buyers trying to push that candle higher. We're trying to go tweezer bottom. See if we can push back if that buying can get absorbed. We have small caps breakdown brewing. Okay. So this is the third trade of the day. This will be my last trade as well. Stopped out on Tesla, worked out on Apple, and currently in drawdown on Nvidia. Okay, so nothing too clean, guys. Nothing too clean. Alphabet pushing. Okay, so the opportunities are there. Just have to be patient. When the profit is there, take the profit. And keep in mind, continue to ease your way into the week. The catalysts are on the midpoint. All right, so middle of the week we have some major catalyst. Middle of the week we have some major catalyst. Ideally, see if the Qs can reject off this PMH. All right, Qs are starting to find some success. SPY is starting to find some success as well. Nvidia position update down 15%. Okay. So as long as the Qs can stay below PML. Okay, Nvidia starting to slide here. Right, Nvidia needs to Nvidia needs to get below 209.56. All right, needs to get below that 5-minute candles low. Okay, to ensure that that doesn't go too down to a reversal. I like how the SPY is starting to slide. All right, and this slide, for Nvidia to get to those lows, this slide possibly needs to get us back into VWAP and below. Okay, there goes Nvidia. So if you're waiting for the exact parameters to be met, there's your break. Get below VWAP. Okay, there goes Nvidia. See if we can start to roll. I want to see SPY get below VWAP now. Okay. get below VWAP. It's currently testing VWAP, so it's not in the clear quite yet. It's not in the clear quite yet. Okay, if you need to TP there, TP. NVIDIA is wicking off those lows. So we need SPY to break. We need SPY to break VWAP and continue to push lower. All right, that's going to be where the move on NVIDIA is going to be. Another wick. Let me show you NVIDIA. Okay. Actually, it's on Shockwave 15. Okay. Looking for this level to not hold as support and collapse so we can go back into these lows. That's what basically I'm looking for. Okay, and generally stay below 210. Okay, so you can give some wicks on the 1, no close on the 5. As a SPY tests VWAP, because if SPY breaks VWAP, more than likely NVIDIA breaks these lows. It broke it already, but we saw that bounce on SPY, and it leads us into the lows. Okay, so that's what I'm paying attention to on NVIDIA. Okay, so we need that VWAP to break on SPY. We need the Qs to head towards VWAP. We need NVIDIA to stay below 210. It can come and test that 210. And see if SPY can break below VWAP. So sit in this position for some time. I like how the Qs are starting to slide. Put in the chat, guys. Does the VWAP hold? Put hold or fold. Does VWAP hold or fold? Hold meaning we bounce off it, continue to push. Fold meaning we break under it, continue to sell. So that hold or fold on the VWAP will determine if NVIDIA rejects or reclaims off 210. Okay, that's going to be the determining factor. Okay, you see this 5-minute candle, team? Let's see if this 5-minute candle's wicks can start, if that body can start to push into those wicks in the next 16 seconds. If it's more wicks there, we're basically triple bottom in that area. We got fold, we got fold. Triple bottom there on NVIDIA. You can see all those hammers. Hammer, hammer. Position update down 12%, 13% on NVIDIA puts. Microsoft, nice push. Meta's pushing as well. Take a look at Meta. Again, guys, make sure to like the video on YouTube. Let's get the likes up. We're coming very close to the end of the program. Okay, we'll go over ways to join our community to access all of our tools and resources here shortly at 11 o'clock. Let's take a minute, everyone on YouTube, to like the video. Let's get to 100. And if we're at 100, we'll do a giveaway. All right, so nothing too much on this Monday. Couple of names breaking out here and there. Indexes outside of small caps and Qs giving that breakdown, and Shockwave 5 on SPY. Hasn't been too much, guys. Hasn't been too much. All right, so what I want you to drill into your mind is this is a catalyst-driven market. If there's no catalyst, more than likely, it's going to be choppy. Okay, I don't want NVIDIA to hold above that 210 here. It's testing 210. Want to see a rejection off that 210. I use that 5-minute candle to determine if they declare victory. The close above it, I probably won't even wait for my stop to get hit. I'll just use that 210 as a stop. Okay, because a significant amount of time has passed and we're starting to see SPY push, holding VWAP. We're starting to see the Qs push. Okay. So we need SPY to come reject off this area. And we could possibly be back in business for that 210 rejection. But don't want to see a hold of that 210 via 5-minute candle. It is testing it currently. So best case scenario, we get a shooter off that 210. Okay, best case scenario, we get an engulfing candle from that 210 during this 5-minute candles. Lifetime 2 minutes left. Worst case scenario, we get that break above 210 and a push it to 210.31. Okay, 210 test currently underway. Nice rejection off 210. And then now that rejection off 210, see if that leads us into those lows. Those lows are 209.52. Once we get to 209.52, we don't want to go through the whipsaw action once again. We don't want to see buyers pick it back up, push it back to 210. We want to see it break that level and continue to push lower. Okay, break that level, continue to push lower. Because the fact that time is passing as we're in this position, right, is losing value. Right, very, very quickly. So we need this thing to speed up, come into 209.52, break below it, create separation. So I'll use that 210 close on the 5 as my modified stop. 210 on NVIDIA, close above as my stop. Okay, on the 5-minute. All right, so now let's see if we can knock out these lows down here on NVIDIA. Let me show you. So there's a video on the 1. So you can see we come with that 210. We test it, we reject it. Okay, but now we need to get past this area. Okay, the money to be made is here. That's why we're here for this. We're here for this, and we're risking it pushing above. All right, it's just taking some time to do so, and of course we need the Qs to start to slide. We need SPY to start to slide to VWAP as well. All right, so we can very well get a nice little bounce off this head, and that sends us to 210. But we want to see continued push lower off this 210. And here we go, guys. Shenanigans is here. You see that shenanigans candle? Look at that. Look at that. Did you guys see that shenanigans candle? Who saw that candle? Okay, if you blink twice, you missed it. Of course, you see it now, but how quickly it moved, right? So if this is a trap candle, if it closes below 209.71, look how vicious that is. All these longs up here, they get filled. Longs up here get filled, and they get dragged. Okay, they're playing a vicious game, guys. And now with this grab, we got all these buyers up here. All those orders up there. And they're dragging them all the way down here. And see if we can break below here and start to drop. Okay, VWAP being put to the test here. Let's go. Okay. Manage the core on the video. We need this break here, continued follow through. We don't want it to go back and forth and stay range bound. I like how SPY is putting some pressure on that VWAP. VWAP test. Qs get below 705.51. That'd be great. Get some follow through here on NVIDIA. That'd be great. Okay, you're going to take it for a scalp into this territory, manage accordingly. If you're opening a position here, you're already in profit. If you sat through the back and forth, of course, you had to sit through some back and forth, and some of the value got drained. But the thesis of us giving up VWAP, being NVIDIA being the winner, is coming into fruition. Okay, up 11. Okay, TP if you need to, guys. TP if you need to. I want to see that 209.32 get knocked out on NVIDIA. Up 14. Up 15. I'm going to take a majority off right there on NVIDIA. Thank you very much, NVIDIA. As SPYs breaks VWAP. Runners up 17, 18, 21. My NC is right there. All right. So tremendous job. So the thesis is the VWAP breakdown. NVIDIA is going to be the one to go. We caught NVIDIA beautifully. Okay, up 22. Okay, we can get a little bit of friction at this pivot in this area, so you want to pass that territory. Okay. Good. The Qs have not given up VWAP quite yet. Okay, so if the Qs can go up 705.51, that'd be great. SPY has a little more room into 763.12. Right, it looks like NVIDIA might have found a home there. So my NC is right there for those runners. So no close back above there. Give it above break even. If the Qs can fall below 705.51 with some force, okay, we can see NVIDIA get back into those lows, right? So again, we're seeing some buyers trying to pick this up here. If you took that, tremendous job, team. You want no close above here. No close above there. Just in pursuit of the break of those lows and further. Okay. Okay, so giving runners about like break even territory. Okay, if the Qs can break here, NVIDIA is going to come and reject off this and continue to push lower. SPY, testing that PML. SPY, break that PML. We're going to go over to SPY real quick here, and I'll show you what took place as well. Okay, currently, let's see how this NVIDIA plays out. So now we already got a good piece of this with a majority. All right, now we're using runners to capture the leftovers. Okay, the last piece. All right, makes sense. Who's in that? Now SPY stay below VWAP. Stay below PML. Q stay below 705.51. We can still get a bounce there, so be mindful. Don't short it. To short here is dangerous. We already have a 17-18% cushion into that break. Okay, because the index sell-off might just be kicking off here. Okay, let's see if that continue to push lower. About 19, 20. Go with some force. Go with some force. Go with some force. Crush all those buyers there. Okay, put some pressure on them. Up 30. Okay, that 1 minute candle still has not closed yet. So let it close. So it will be in the clear. Up 28. Q SPY. All right. Thesis playing out. Thesis with the VWAP breakdown, all that good stuff you were watching earlier playing out. Okay, it's one thing to have a thesis, another thing to have. I'm going to close it right there for 28. Okay, that's good for me. I don't want to give it back all the way to break even. 28 final closure. All right, so thesis playing out. But before we did that, one thing I want to bring to your attention is manipulation. Look at that candle. You can't tell me there's no algo. All right, read the SAT, read the ebook. Okay, talks about algos, what kind of levels they use, what are traps, all that good stuff. Notice how before we dropped here, we were chopping around. Okay. So we get our AMD here. Okay, we get our accumulation. Okay, we distribute all the way up here. Sorry, accumulate, manipulate, and then we distribute to the downside. Okay, but that thesis only came to fruition, and of course that 210 was what they got it above. That thesis only came to fruition because of our good friend, all reliable SPY. All right, so for NVIDIA to go, SPY needed to break below VWAP, head towards its territory. So what took place? That exact thing took place. That's what took us over the top. So in the event that SPY decided to do this, okay, break above these highs, NVIDIA's above 210, 5-minute closure. Okay, I'll get stopped out. I'm not going to be there anymore. All right, so instead of trading SPY here, I'm using NVIDIA as a proxy to trade the SPY breakdown. Okay, so that's our third trade of the day, and that'll be the last trade of the day as well. All right, and that's how we do it, guys. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yep, it's an SOS 100%. If you know, you know. 100%. Okay, so again, 3 trades. Tesla stopped out. NVIDIA worked out. Apple worked out as well. So great way to kick off the week. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Let us know you did. If you're looking to join our community, be part of one of our members, guys, you have access to delay-free, ad-free stream. You get all these ideas. You get all the resources, tools, courses. So you can be put in a position for you to capitalize off these opportunities. Okay, so it's not a signal service where you wait for me to say something. It's I do my best to train you, to give you the rationale, to give you the basis before I take those trades, and you see us walk through these trades every day. And along with access all the tools and resources that are in the Discord. If you're looking to do that, make sure to go to spystriker.com. Okay, spystrikers.com. All right, go to spystrikers.com. Use the code trial30. All right, you have access to our monthly community, pre-market, prep, extended live trading, 2 to 4 ideas. Okay, training, courses, AI tools alerts, private member chat, shockwave course, against our day trading course. All right, so everything you need is available to you in our community. All right, the core essence of our community is teaching you through education, demonstration, and putting you in a position for you to capitalize on these opportunities. All right, these opportunities are available every single day. Are you going to be green every single day? The reality is no. Right, but if you take small losses when you're wrong and put yourself in position to capitalize off the opportunities when you're right, and you do that more times than you don't, you'll be in a really good position by the end of the week, by the end of the month, by the end of the quarter. All right, this is system-based trading. We don't have any bias. Now we have Shockwave. The entire suite will be available very soon. The stack will be available. So everything is there, guys, for you guys to take advantage of the opportunities. All right, so take advantage, guys. $69 a month. Use the code TRIAL30, 30% off your first month. That's available at spystrikers.com. If you have more details, you can go to our site at smartactiontrade.com that walks you through the more detailed features. Okay, that's available. Take advantage. It pays for itself tenfold. All right, the information you're going to get, the things you're going to learn, you can go ahead and apply on your own. All right, you can learn it and go apply it. All right, so that's going to be our day for today. So tremendous job, strikers. Beautiful job, Dan. TP 40%. Beautiful. All right, pace yourself this week. Okay, guys, there's going to be a lot of traps. Are you going to fall victim to some of the traps? Yes, we fall victim to some of the traps. But don't let the trap take everything out of you. Just let the trap be just another trade. Are you going to capitalize off of some of the traps? Yes. So it's gonna balance out. As long as you don't get wiped out in the event that you get trapped, okay, every trade that you have that's a home run will cover that and some. And then now it just comes down to all the trades in between. All right, I've made this illustration before. Okay, what it comes down to is this. Let's do it again for our new viewers. All right, you have your outlier losses, so losses beyond your stop. Okay, so let's say big losses. Okay. You have big losses on this side. You have big wins on this side. Big wins on this side. SPY still sliding on the 5, slow grind lower. You have big losses on this side, big wins on this side. So everyone has experiences. If you've been trading for some time, you know what a big loss is, you know what a big win is. What you'll start to find is most cases your big losses, right, will always, or your big wins will never cover your big losses. And that within itself is a challenge you need to fix. Right? But let's just say face value, you take the same amount of big losses as big wins. These are going to cover generally. So worst case scenario between these two, okay, you'll be small red or break even between these exchanges. So this is not going to make up your performance. What makes up your performance is everything in between. Okay, everything in between. What do you do everything in between? Your regular trades. Okay, your regular trades. How do you manage your regular trades? Okay, how do you manage the regular trades you take? How frequently do you TP? How frequently do you cut your trades? Okay, big losses do take place sometimes. In the beginning, all right, the way this is, all right, unprofitable trader is regular trades, don't lock profit, you take losses. Wins are big, losses are bigger. This is a recipe for you. The math is not going to math. Over time, what you want to do is this. First thing you want to do, if you're in this camp, is you have to start here. You have to stop the bleeding. You have to stop the bleeding. So you need to somehow, some way, all right, put an end to it. I'm not taking losses this big. This is my stop loss. This is my non-negotiable if I want to do this any longer. So now there's at least capped off. And what will start to happen is this will start to, you'll start to say, hey, you know what? The reason why I'm having these big losses is because I'm looking for big wins. And as your losses come low, as your losses you start to adapt that thinking, your level of greed will start to be reduced, and you won't be there for the big wins. Okay, so it's nearly impossible to take no losses and only big wins. We know that over a course of 1,000 trades. So naturally, this will also go lower. So the next thing you need to do is take profits regularly and manage your risk in every trade. If you can do this 80 to 85% of the time, follow this framework, you should be in good shape, because it's going to come down to how well do you do here. This will determine it. But eventually, you want to get to the point where the big losses are almost a rare occurrence. The regular wins are there, and then your big wins fluctuate, because you're not going for the big wins. You're not going for the home run. These go up sometimes, these go down. But worst case scenario, they always cover this. All right? But you're not looking to make this go bigger. You're just looking to do what you really regular, take your regular trades, TP regularly, have a system in place to put yourself in position for the big wins, and they'll naturally come. Okay, sometimes you get that perfect trade because you're there. Right? The trade is not the trade is not gonna force itself onto you. You have to be there for it. Right? And then it will start to look like this. Okay? So it's good everything you do. So if there's 1,000 trades you take, all right, so 600 of those trades, 700 of those trades are these ones. You can count on those ones. Okay, even 600 to 600 on the low end. 600 to 650 of those trades. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not, guys. Okay, that's equivalent to taking basically 4 trades a day over a course of a year. Okay, that's not 4, 3, 2 to 3 trades a day over a course of a year. Okay, so understand this. Right, so the first thing you need to do is eliminate this. You cannot make it go to 0. You're not going to be perfect. Sometimes there's slippage. Sometimes, but you have to do your best. Put as many guardrails in place to ensure that 90%, not 90% of it is gone. Okay, and just try to get rid of 95% of it. And when you start to do this, you will start to adopt a new line of thinking that tells you there's no reason for me to take big losses. It makes absolutely no sense. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose the amount that I already defined, the cost of that opportunity. Why would I lose 2, 3, 4, 5x the initial cost of the opportunity? Because now what that's doing is that's putting a delay. That's putting a delay on your next opportunity. So now you're digging yourself in a hole. So everything you're doing moving forward, you're just digging yourself out of a hole. All right, so very important that you adopt that line of thinking. All right, guys, the SPY continues to break down here. Testing that BOG, slow grind lower. NVIDIA continues to drag lower as well. All right, any questions on YouTube? So it looks like, how many trades do you plan on taking today? 66% of the chat. 66% of the chat says 1 to 3. So before we do wrap up, guys, how many trades did you take today? How many trades did you take today? Put in the chat. How many did you take? If you took 1, put 1. If you took 2, put 2. If you took 0, put 0. And we'll end the poll there. All right, my goal was to take anywhere from 1 to 3. I was able to get 3, and that's good. That's good for me. 3 is good for me. Okay. 0 trades, good. Took 3 with you, George. Okay, good. And be mindful, guys. We're navigating and trading some of the trickiest conditions. So I know it seems like these are regular conditions, but we have to do our best to still find opportunities. I can easily make an excuse and say, hey guys, you know what? It's choppy. I'm not going to take any trades. And quote unquote, play it safe. All right, that's guys. It's choppy. We don't have to take any trades. But, right, I want to show you that there are opportunities in every kind of market condition. That's the whole point. But you just have to be at the right place. You have to know what to trade. You have to know what technique to use. All right, but these aren't the best conditions. Right, we've been saying it since the beginning of June. Right, prepare for the summer months. The summer grind is going to be real. We're almost out of it. We're almost out of it, guys. All right, we are almost out of it. We could took 3, took 5, took 2. Good, good, good. Are you still doing the Vanquish, Jen? How's the platform? Regardless if you got a payout, if not, but just give us some feedback on how the platform is. How smooth is it? I took 27 trades. Okay. Good, good, good. If it aligns with the plan, if it aligns with your plan, the number is subjective. It's up to the person. Tiny contracts. Okay, good, good, good. Five trades. Okay. Good, good, good. So look at that. So within 2 hours, all right, within 2 hours, we're about to kick off third shift. We're able to get a lot of work done. Okay. So now, on that same topic of the number of trades, who's done for the day? 134 on SPY or on something else? Devil Dog. 2. Okay, Mr. Basketball. Good, good, good. All right. Spy test Amazon SND. Yeah, SNDK. Yeah, that SNDK 134 contracts. That's next level. Okay. SNDK. I haven't since SNDK has been running. I don't think I've ever traded SNDK or even. No, I haven't traded SNDK. I know it's been past 2 years. It's been past year, I would say, with the memory names I've been running up. I have not traded SNDK. Right. Even SNDK, AVGO, MU. I have not intraday traded those. I'm done for the day. Good, good, good. If we can get to 100 likes in 6 minutes, we will do a giveaway. Yeah, I can imagine SNDK is a behemoth. Okay, chop, chop, chop. If you're looking for, if SPY decides to get out of here, you can clearly see, guys. Okay, we got some lows here. You can even draw that from here to here. Okay, if SPY decides to get its act together and move out of here for a late day break, very similar to what we saw last Wednesday and Tuesday. All right, keep a close eye on Amazon. Okay, Google, nice break on Google. Meta, nice push on Meta. $74K that day, and it was all gone. The next in 23 option trades. Wow, yeah, it happens quickly. After a big win, it's just like a big loss. All right, apply like a 48, at least a 24-hour rule. Yeah, the euphoria is so high that it's just. Okay. We are less than 60 likes, guys. Less than 60 likes away. 60 likes, less 60 subs away from 6K. Make sure to support the channel. Get there. Let's see how many likes we have for the giveaway. Almost. 3 minutes. Now let's run through some tickers. Midday check, and then we'll wrap it up on YouTube and jump over to the extended stream. YouTube members, okay, you'll have access to the extended stream. That's the time for us to take any questions. Go over anything I want to show you guys. More analysis. So hang tight, YouTube members, and of course our SPY strikers, hang tight as well. We'll get into that. So let's run through some names real quick. IBIT, of course, Bitcoin going, Bitcoin, IBIT, nice break on IBIT. After Bitcoin continues to push, Bitcoin did break above that pre-market high. Bitcoin broke above Friday's highs, and Bitcoin on the verge of testing 80K as we speak. Bitcoin is at 80,940. 79,940. 79,940, just a few dollars away from 80K. IBIT breaks. Next, we got GLD. What we're starting to see is GLD and BTC are on the same page. And right now, they're both going. Right, so who would have thought gold and Bitcoin moving in the same direction? We have EFA, nice gap down. We have IWM, of course, off this test zone, starts to push, coming to that support area. We have the Dow, also on the verge of a break. The Dow is the one that has the most relative strength here. So see if the Dow can hold, create that separation from that test zone, and continue to push. Right, so Dow's on the verge of a breakout. SPY sitting in this 2-day range, about to be 3-day range of support. All right, so I'd be very hesitant to go short in this 2-day range low. All right, we do see buyers stepping up here unless we get synchronized buying and unless we have decisive breakdown, hold, and sell off. All right, so look for overwhelming evidence near this 2-day range low on SPY before going short, and of course as we continue to chop. Next is the Qs. Qs had the biggest push to the downside in relation to Fridays. Fridays and last week's range and Friday's lows. All right, and the Qs are currently below that weekly downside break, downside break after gapping down. So at some point in time, this gap down will need to be addressed later this week. Do we come back and test that gap? Come back into it later this week. We'll see. There's a weekly opening gap, and the Qs, guys, if the Qs fail to hold here, the Qs do have some room to continue to drop. Okay, they have some room to continue to drop. Smooth buying, okay, if we come into it, smooth selling can occur if we don't see buyers pick this thing back up in the near future. So when I say near future, I mean between now and Wednesday. Okay, we have Walmart potentially getting a nice little bounce off of earnings after that massive sell-off. Walmart 105 hold is a necessity for it to go higher. We have Apple, nothing much there. Apple, we did take it intraday. Right, this looks like nothing much on the hourly, of course, but intraday, what I mean by that is via shockwave on the 1, on the 5, we can find opportunities. All right, we have an ability to make something out of nothing. That's what scalping is. All right, scalping is, even though there's nothing on the intraday higher time frames, you still can find something. Okay, that is the edge. People don't like the 1-minute time frame, the 5-minute time frame, especially the 1-minute time frame, but your edge sometimes is on the lower time frames, because for something to transpire in the higher time frames, right, so many things have to occur, so many dots have to align. Okay, so many boxes have to be checked. We got Amazon. All right, Amazon is bubbling. Okay, if SPY is going to start to rip Amazon to the upside, keep a close eye on it for the rest of the day. 263.08. Okay, if SPY tries to make a push into those highs, if Qs catch a bid, right, keep a close eye on Amazon for that late or midday break on Amazon to the upside. It does have some clean room to push. Between us and this test zone is this 163.65, and we have a clear runway to 263. 42, I should say. We have a clear runway into that 265. Right, so keep a close eye on Amazon for a late day break. Where is it coming from? Okay, if you want to know where something is going, you have to know where it's coming from. So that adage applies here as well. It's coming off support. Okay, it's coming off of support. Does it have enough fuel to continue to push? We will see the momentum for that momentum break. We got Meta also breaking out of this multi-day range. Can Meta hold these highs? Okay, can Meta hold above that 555? 560 will be critical as well. So Meta possibly something for tomorrow. We'll keep a close eye there. Nvidia falling off a cliff aggressively as semi sell off. Same thing, looks very similar to the Q's chart. Nvidia does have some room to drop, fails to hold this, and we see a day 2 continuation on semis and memory. Nvidia can be a candidate to the downside, and that was one of our trades for today. Microsoft downward compression break coming back at this test zone. Okay, we have JP Morgan. Okay, nice little resurface back above this prior support turn resistance. Now test zone, see if we can hold that support. We have Google making a nice break, separating away from this test zone as well. See if Google continue to push at least into 350. Google above 350, we have room into that 354, 355 territory. So that can be something to watch for tomorrow. ExxonMobil coming to test this prior resistance or support. Okay, so let's see if that test can become successful. Energy did lead the way last week, so let's see if Energy can continue to do that and bounce off it, or if it fails to hold us and continue to sell off, then we can see a different sector step in. Tesla. So Tesla, what I like this morning in Tesla, so I want you to understand this, guys. Just because you like something in pre-market, it doesn't mean you have to love it into the open. Okay, like something before you love it. I liked it in the pre-market, doesn't mean I love it off the open. For me to love it off the open, I want the criteria that I set for it in pre-market to take place for that continued push higher. Right? We laid out the criteria early on for that continued push. That didn't come into play. So again, if it doesn't come into play, I'm more than willing to do the opposite because I just like it. I don't love it. All right. So sometimes, guys, when you do have an idea, like your idea before you love your idea. All right. So very, very important to understand that. TSM. So back to Tesla. I was looking for Tesla for that break. If we get that continued push, start to break down the opposite way. We took it for the puts and we got stopped out. So I was looking for Tesla to pursue this territory here. TSM, okay, coming to support. Palantir. Okay, look at the wicks on Palantir, not that much there. Broadcom, okay, ugly chart there, so that support. AMD catching a bid off support as well. We have Intel, okay, catching a bid here again on the low end of support. We have SpaceX starting to fuel up here. SpaceX, okay, SpaceX bouncing off the support. Can it create separation away from this test zone and get above these highs here? SpaceX, that 138.50, 139 into 140. Keep a close eye there. And if it can reclaim that, guys, SpaceX does have a nice little runway back at this resistance. So again, separation from that test zone is critical on SpaceX. Next is MU. Okay, look at that breakdown in MU followed by that gap down. So MU shifted structure. So MU is officially shifted that structure. How do we know that? We got a high, we got a high, we got a low, we got a low. So until proven otherwise, okay, MU is going this way. Question becomes, can you take calls in a bearish channel? Okay. Can you take calls in a bearish channel? Yes or no? Someone put that in the chat. Can you take calls in a bearish channel? If so, where? All right. MSTR continues to push. Coinbase continues to push. So Coinbase is on the verge of breaking. Bitcoin is coming to test its 80K. So 80K break, Coinbase catches another leg. Third leg on Coinbase possibly brewing. Break out of this resistance if Bitcoin breaks 80K. And if it holds above 80K, Coinbase at 200 could possibly show up in the near future. We have CRCL, we have Netflix. Okay, we have Lilly. What else? Lilly, okay, interesting. Downward compression there on this test. Lilly, this major resistance turn support. See if Lilly catches a bid there. Pan W. United Health. So what's really fueling the Dow? What's fueling the Dow is XLP, Staples. XLB, Materials. XLU, Utilities slide to the downside. So it looks like XLP is carrying the weight. Okay, that's what's really keeping the Dow together. SMH, good night. DRAM, good night. So the question is, are there buyers interested, or did buyers interested in DRAM and SMH? Okay, and do they deem, okay, picking up SMH and DRAM below last week's lows a dip buy? or are they looking for more support? If they are, all the way down here. All right, so some of the biggest winners intraday are as follows. We have AMC, we have Emma, we have Snapchat, we have Mara, of course, we have CRCL, we have Airbnb. Biggest losers, we got HIMS, SNDK. Speaking of SNDK, Wolf, we have MU, Pure Storage, and SMCI as well. Okay. So we went over everything. Quick rundown before we wrap up. Tesla. Nice catch on Tesla. Keep a close eye on Amazon. Spot breaks here. Heads towards daily opens. Amazon, possible candidate. Intel. What's the intel on Intel? I got the intel. Let's get the inside scoop on Intel. INTC. Intel sitting right at support, the bottom of the support. So again, I'm not a big fan of shorting at support. Like you can short into support, right? So it's very difficult to short right there. Matter of fact, we're bouncing. You can short, okay, a dead cat bounce off of support, but just shorting at support, right? It's a very, very tough way to make a living, right? So again, it's right there. Beautiful job, Devil Dog. Any other chat requests, guys? Any other chat requests? If not, we've come to the end of the program. As always, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you found value from the stream. Today we took 3 trades. First trade stopped out. Second trade worked out for us, Apple. It took a little bit of time. Almost got stopped out on it, but make sure to go back and rewind to see how those trades played out. And of course, we topped it off with an NVIDIA trade that played nicely as well. All right, so great way to cap off the day. And I like that Tesla trade because that Tesla trade, even though it turned into a stop, it demonstrated the fact that I didn't have that fixed bias to only take the calls, although it didn't work out, right? So the fact that I was able to be flexible and not just be fixated on taking the calls from pre-market, right? And when we were wrong, we moved along, is a win, right? It's a win in the future. It's a loss in currently, but it's a win in the future. All right, guys. Bloom, BE. What's BE up to? We'll do Bloom again. So for the folks who are just participating off of this 2-day support, okay, you're getting engaged here. You're treating support as support. Look at this. BE. Same thing with BE coming into this. Just imagine if you go short right there. You go short right here. All right, let's just do a case study. You go short right here because it's breaking down. If you have proper risk management, it's a loss. You're wrong, you move along. If you don't, if you're stubborn, if you say, I'm going to add to it, okay, this thing just keeps going. And that turns into a nightmare. The only difference is it's not a nightmare, it's real. Okay, you would wish it's a nightmare because nightmares are not real, but that's the kind of situation, guys. All right. Other way, you take it off support, continues to push. Looks like BE's catching a bit. Does BE have some kind of news or something? Probably news driven. There. Let us know in the chat. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions before we wrap up? Everything's starting to wake up here. Q's waking up. SPY waking up. Nvidia, good TP. Nothing lasts forever. Alphabet. I'll give an MVP to Alphabet today, guys. Alphabet gets the MVP. Okay, out of the bunch. That's what I do. Look for big wins, and my wins turn into big losses. Yeah, that's one thing you want to just try to. We're gonna lose. We know we're gonna lose. Losing is inevitable. The two things in our industry that are inevitable, that are unavoidable, risk is inevitable. You have to take risk, and losses are inevitable. You could try to push losing away. You could try to be a perfect trader, but eventually losses are inevitable. You're gonna lose, and it's okay if you do, because you still can be a winner by losing. All right, so you have to get good at knowing how to lose. All right, and then when you are losing, not to trade out of frustration. And if you can get that, when you get that, I should say, Dan, it will tremendously transform the trajectory of your trading, because you know how to win, but it's just those losses just take away the wins. So something has to give. Something has to give. Energy contracts. Wow, okay. Opportunity to leave New Energy Corporation Securities for a lawsuit. Okay. Then it decides to spike. Wow, 206. All right, guys. Okay, well, we'll wrap up the stream here on YouTube. We'll continue the extended version. Make sure to join us. YouTube members, hang tight. Everyone looking to join our community, smartactiontrade.com or spystrikers.com. Pinned in the chat, use the code TRIAL30. As always, guys, if you're green, stay clean. If you're still in the trenches, know what levels to get activated on. Don't size all the way up. It is a Monday. If you're green, don't give back your profits. If you're red, you took the number of trades you're looking to take. All right, don't take more trades. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe, and God bless each one of you.
Jesus is the answer.
Oh. When the charts went dark,
What?
when the road got narrow,
Oh.
he was there.
Jesus is the answer.
I spent years chasing numbers on a glowing screen,
Going free,
thinking one more win would finally make me complete.
made me complete.
Running after green candles like they could save my soul.
Like my soul.
But prophets make a poor God when they're sitting on a throne.
Ooh, yeah.
Build my house on sand,
House on sand.
watch the tide roll in.
Watch the tide roll in.
Learning every earthly
Every king
kingdom has an end.
come has an end.
Some valleys look so deep,
So deep,
I couldn't see the light.
couldn't see the light.
Some storms got so strong,
Souls got so
strong I couldn't win the fight.
Win the fight.
Oh, but every time I thought my story might be done, I felt the hand of mercy say, my child,
keep walking on.
not because I'm worthy,
Not because I'm worthy,
not because I'm strong,
not because I'm strong,
but because the shepherd
never share.
never leaves his own.